What's up, my little Tattle Tells? Y'all, I am tired. I am tired of Joe Rogan and everybody that supports his backward thinking, you think things are a joke, false apology making self. I'm tired. And I'm tired of the people that look like me being like, oh, what's the big deal? Let it go. I'm tired of this. Now, Joe Rogan issued an apology for all the backward stuff he said over the course of his career. And y'all, I'm about to show you this apology, but I am heated. And I am tired because Joe Rogan thinks this is a joke. Even when he's apologizing, he's literally explaining how. But it's a weird word because it's the only word in the human language that only one group of people can say and nobody else can say, but I shouldn't say it. And when I said, he went on to say, and when I said that when we got dropped off in Philadelphia, it looked like Planet of the Apes because there were a lot of black people, I didn't mean to call a black person an ape. Y'all, Joe Rogan and Spotify are playing in our face. I remember you know what? Let's get to his apology. Listen to this BS. Meet me after the jump we're going to discuss. And if you want context on what he's apologizing for, I'm going to put the compilation he's talking about at the very end of the video, just for y'all that haven't heard the compilation, so you don't have to search all over the internet. Y'all, I am tired. But are you guys? Because if you have a minute, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Okay, fine. Now back to me being angry because I am upset. Listen to this fool.
Hello, friends. I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s, and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, or I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction, or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically, used it because he was trying to compare it to another offensive word, and he said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody or just saying the word out loud. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language, because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it and it could be a punchline, it could be a term of endearment, it could be lyrics to a rap song, it could be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up. And that's my intention to express myself in this video, to say, there's nothing I can do to take that back. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that, if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever be taken out of context and put in a video like that. And now that it is, holy shit, it looks bad. And it's part of also me doing this podcast for thousands of hours, thousands of episodes, over 12 years. I said a lot of fucking stupid shit, which is fine when you're talking about most things. but not when you're talking about race. And there's another clip that I have to address. There's a clip from 11 years ago. I was telling a story on the podcast about how me and my friend Tommy and his girlfriend, we got really high. We were in Philadelphia and we went to go see Planet of the Apes. And we didn't know where we were going. We just got dropped off by a cab and we got dropped off in this all black neighborhood. And I was trying to make the story entertaining. And I said, we got out and it was like we were in Africa. It's like we were in Planet of the Apes. I did not, nor would I ever say that black people are apes, but it sure fucking sounded like that. And I immediately afterwards said, that's a racist thing to say. Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying there's a lot of black people there. But then I went on to talk about what a positive experience it was and how much fun it was to go to see this movie in a black neighborhood. It wasn't a racist story, but it sounded terrible. And like I said, you can have clunky stories about anything, but not about race. And so I deleted that whole podcast, but obviously somebody made a clip out of it and taken out of context. It looks terrible, but it looks terrible even in context. It's a fucking idiotic thing to say. And I was just trying to be entertaining. I certainly wasn't trying to be racist. And I certainly would never want to offend someone for entertainment with something as stupid as racism. My hope is that, look, I can't go back in time and change what I've said. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. But I do hope that this can be a teachable moment for anybody that doesn't realize how offensive that word can be coming out of a white person's mouth, in context or out of context. My sincere and humble apologies. I wish there was more that I could say, but all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video, but hopefully at least some of you will accept this and understand. Your deepest apologies and much love.
Let's talk about the most obvious. One, he looks like to me like he's laughing. He's making jokes and he's playing in our faces. And I don't care what anybody says. If you accepted that apology, you're a fool. And you don't understand when somebody is making fun of you and playing in your face. He still thinks it's a joke. He still thinks it's a joke. He's still making excuses. He's still laughing at the fact that he got dropped off in Philadelphia after a movie and he thought it looked like Planet of the Apes because there were a lot of black people around. Let me tell you who else thinks it's a joke. Spotify thinks it's a joke. Y'all, I'm done with Spotify. I really am. And I'm so mad because I'm kind of done with Apple Music just because I don't like the way the system's out. But I'm actually done with Spotify. Why? Because Spotify, after the whole world says, why have you been letting this man spread one, misinformation, right, over vaccine stuff, and two, why are you letting this man say the M-word over and over and over and make money off of it? And we're sitting up here up in arms over Tasha K, and don't drag me into it. I'm not defending Tasha K because I just saw that last interview she did, baby. I'm not defending her at all. I'm saying if she's in the trash, right? Why isn't Joe Rogan? Why is he allowed to profit off of our pain, our ancestors? Why is he allowed to say everything with a ha-ha, I had no idea, and now you understand? Baby, you are old enough to be a grandfather. You were with Black Lives Matter. He saw everything else. Now he's saying he understands how it's offensive. Now that Spotify, the only thing Spotify did was pull the 70 episodes he had where he was joking about saying racial stuff and saying the M-word like his name was Tupac on the Biggie Hit 'Em Up album. That's all they did. That's all. They didn't deplatform. They didn't demonetize him. They just made him pull down the offensive things. And guess what? I'm tired. I'm sick of it. Spotify thinks it's a joke. Joe Rogan thinks it's a joke. I'm done with both of them. I'm done. And anybody in my comments being like, oh, Tisa, you need to calm down. I'm black and I don't care if people say the N-word. First of all, no, you're not. You're a troll. You're an Eastern European that's been paid to mine and be like, as a black person, I don't see anything wrong with this. Shut up. And if you are really black, post it. Post your Abby and your Instagram handle so we can go over there and drag you because that's what you deserve. It's time to literally circle the troops. We need to send a message. Just like India said, No. You don't get to do that. Make an apology, pull down episode, and think it's over. No. We're going to need something more. We're going to need something more concrete. Whoopi Goldberg just got suspended for 2 weeks for saying anti-Semitic views. As she should. I'm not saying, because Joe's horrible, everybody else should be. No, I'm saying that we're holding one person accountable and we're holding two people accountable. When are we holding everybody accountable? When? I've had enough, y'all. And you guys should have enough too. Spotify needs to do more. Let's not take our foot off their necks, because this was pathetic. This was tired. But let me know. Do y'all think I'm overreacting? I don't really care on this one if you do think I'm overreacting. But do y'all think I'm overreacting? Do you? Or do you have a different version of things to say? Because I would like to understand, and not in a Joe Rogan understanding, I would like to understand how this man's platform was allowed to grow and still thrive after all the things he said and all the destruction he's caused in modern day society. How, Sway? Yo, let me know. This apology got me so heated. Let me know, my little Tattle Tells.